Hello, everybody. My name is Mike Tomorrow, and I want to welcome you to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. Today's topic I want to talk about happens to be my future career here. I need to talk about this. It's an issue that maybe I don't know where I want to go for a career, and it's kind of hard for me to figure that out. And I'm sorry to say this, but I know where I want to go, but it seems like I don't know. It's like I know a broad area I want to go to, and it's like you have complex area, complex. It's not that simple. You have a broad range, and yet you gotta be more specific, and you gotta be more specific. Specific. You gotta be more specific. I'm sorry. I keep having a hard time saying that word. I don't know why, but you know, my dream career job is helping somebody or helping other people that are on the autism spectrum and Asperger I want to help them out because I lived my life with Asperger's, and Asperger's is on the autism spectrum. So I want a career where I do help everybody that is on the spectrum. You know, now when I went up to Jacksonville last week, I gave out 7 resumes, 2 at the walk, or no, 5 at the walk. Excuse me, I gave out 5 at the walk and 2 at the surfing event. And the companies that I ended up giving out resumes to, mostly they were like schools. Because in a sense, I feel like I'm a school type figure, okay? I might want to be a teacher's assistant, you know? And that way the teachers can have help in the classroom. I don't know if this is even possible for me, being a teacher's assistant. But in a way, I think it might be because I can help the teachers out, I can help the parents out, and I can help the kids out, In the schools that I give in my resumes to are schools that are private, most cases are private anyways, and they help kids that are on the spectrum. Now, when I was a child, I did go to school, one of these types of schools. Well, unfortunately, it has closed down since then. It was closed down before the beginning of the millennium, you know, because there was no funding, or there was low funding to keep it open, you know. But anyways, I do want to help the other kids that are on the spectrum. I do want to help the other adults that are on the spectrum. Another career of mine could be like help coach people that are on the spectrum, you know, because I do want to help these adults that are on the spectrum to see how things are, like help them out during their life. One of the reasons why I do these video logs and my life with Asperger's is because I want to help the other adults and I want to help the kids that are on the spectrum. And I want to compare my life to their life, I want to learn about my life too, and I gotta learn from other Aspies and other autistics. I do learn a lot because, you know, but I really do need a new job. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I do need a new job, and I'll tell you the reasons why later on in the video. But anyways, another career choice I do want to make is I probably want to go around the country and get paid to go across the country and speak at like walks, conferences, TV shows even. You know, I want to go across the, I just don't want to go across the state of Florida and work at walks all the time. I love volunteering at walks in Florida, but at the same time, the world needs me. And unfortunately, I don't have enough money to go across the country. I really want to go across the country and share my story and share my life with Asperger's. And maybe do a video series about that, you know? But it's a little tough on me. Because I try to propose the idea, but yet nobody wants to help me out. You know, I did try to get my show, My Life with Asperger's, on television in Key West, Florida. But I had only one or two sponsors that were willing to help me out, and when it came up to money, it's like they backed out or they don't want to hear from me. You know? And then I tried contacting every other sponsor. I tried calling them. They never called me back. I tried emailing them. They never emailed me back. I want to help people out. And it seems like the world doesn't care about adults with Asperger's. It's tough. And there ought to be a TV show about how to deal with life with Asperger's. You know, that's another idea career for me. Why don't I be a TV star and talk about life with Asperger's? You know? It's very hard for people in Hollywood to even listen to me. You know, there's not many people that want to watch my videos, first of all. Second of all, they don't care to look me up. You know? Third of all, I try contacting them, and they don't contact me back. You know? That's the fear I have, too. That people don't contact me back. It's very hard for me to do that, you know? But I hope that someday I'll have a very good job where I can help spread awareness for autism and Asperger's and continue my missions to go these walks across the state of Florida and across the country and maybe even across the world, you know? I need to share my story with the world. And people are not taking the time to pay attention to that. You know? Now, another career goal of mine is maybe, another profession of mine. It may be an American Sign Language interpreter. You know? I know pretty much. I'm a beginner at ASL. Alright, I don't have every ASL term or ASL word in my mind. And learning ASL takes time and practice. You know, I know my alphabet. I know my numbers. I know the colors. I know the relatives. I know the days of the week. You know? But there are words that I still have problems learning. It's difficult to learn ASL. I'm going to tell you that. It's difficult to learn ASL. No matter how easy or hard it is, it's difficult to learn ASL. And I'm trying to learn ASL. I'm giving it 100%. Actually 110% to learn ASL. And it's kind of hard learning ASL because you have to move your hands a lot, you know? I do love ASL. Now, another idea for a career of mine is, why don't I just get a CDL license and travel across the country in a truck? You know, that's probably going to be where I want to go if I can't get the autism done. And the only thing is, how am I going to pay for the schooling to get the CDL license so I can go get a truck and drive across the country? You know, the other thing is scheduling. It's going to be a little bit hard for me to schedule time off and whatever, and, you know, when driving a truck. I don't know, you know. I never realized the potential of driving a truck, but yet you also have to worry about gas prices. You know, driving a truck is going to be a little bit hard for me if I were to do that. You know, I might be afraid to drive a truck. You know, but we'll see where it goes, okay? I'm not going to give up just yet. Alright. Now, here's the other problem I have. I have a bachelor's degree from Westfield State University, and no one takes that seriously. No one takes my career potential seriously. And that's real hard for me. You know, everybody thinks, oh, I'm only qualified to work in food service. That is not the case. People just don't care about my volunteerism when I do the autism walks. People don't care about my advocacy when it comes to autism awareness. People just don't care about that. They only see, oh, food and food service. And that's where I should be going for the rest of my life. That is not where I need to go for the rest of my life. You know? It should not be. I delivered pizzas for 4.5 years, almost 5 years. And I have done food service, restaurant work at my current job for like 4 years. Well, on and off a few times, but 4 years. So I've been in the restaurant service for like 9 years this month. And it's time for me to get out of food. You know, I'm going to tell you something right now that needs to be done. I do need a new job. Because the job I have right now, I am probably going to get sick in it. And I'm probably going to die. And I'm telling you the truth. I'm being serious here. Because the past few weeks, when I was working, I felt that my mind wasn't there. Physically, I was feeling okay. Mentally, I was not feeling good. And it felt like a few times I was going to really pass out. And I don't know what's going to happen. The way that the food service is, and the way that some of the people are, I don't know how much longer I can be in the food business. I have tried merchandise. That is a little bit like food. And I can't handle the stress. Stress is going to eat me alive and it's going to kill me. And if I keep working at the place I do or any other fast food place, I have a feeling I'm going to die. So I need a new job. And I don't know what's going to happen. Ever since my health scare back in June, and even today, I've been careful about my health and my working life. You know, it's a little bit difficult for me to work in a condition that I am. It's hard for someone who's on the Asperger syndrome to work in food business. You know, I hope to get a new job by the end of the year. I don't know how much longer I can take working at the restaurant that I work at. And I don't know what's going to happen. You know, I have a doctor's appointment coming up later on this week. And it might be bad news. I don't want to explain it here because it's not the time or place to do it. If you need to know a little bit more about it, you can message me. You know, I'm sorry for bringing this up, but we're talking about careers here, future careers here. And just as long as I stay away from food, I'll be fine. Just as long as I stay away from high stress, high demand jobs, I'll be okay too. You know, I do really want to work as a speaker and go around the country and speak about my story and my life. I do want to go to schools and talk to the kids about my life. I do want to go to kickoff parties for walks and all the other stuff and the conferences. And I do want to talk about my life. I do want to go to the walks across the country and talk about my life and help them out, you know? But at the same time, it's like nobody seems to care about me. And, you know, I do want to visit this country and I do want to visit the world and help other people out. But it seems like if I keep getting the jobs that I don't want or the jobs that, you know, are going to be high stress for me, it feels like I'm going to die at a young age. It seems like if I keep working at the job that I have now, then I'm only going to see my life for only 2 more years, it seems like. I predict 2 more years. If I have the same job, it's probably going to be only 2 more years, and then I'll probably die. You know, I don't want that to happen to me. You know, so please, I want a new job. It's very hard for me to look in the newspaper and find that new job because it's the jobs that I don't want or the jobs that I don't have the training for. You know, I just don't feel comfortable working in food that much longer. And no one wants to take me seriously when I show my resume. You know, it's very difficult on me. You know, I want to help other people with autism and Asperger's. You know, like I said earlier in the year on one of my episodes, I did apply for a position with Autism Speaks for the walk director job, and I didn't even get an interview for it. I didn't even get a phone call for it. I didn't even get a letter of contact. But in the same time, there were like 300 other people that applied for that same job. And, you know, even one of the workers over at Autism Speaks that I work with very well recommended, why don't they hire me? They recommended, why don't they hire somebody that's on the spectrum already that can help out? You know? And I feel like I tried telling Autism Speaks, hey, I'm on the spectrum, and I know everything about autism and Asperger's, or mostly everything about it, and I'm trying to learn it. And it's like, why don't you hire me? And it seems like they don't want to hire me. You know, and I don't know that many other organizations that would like to have me. You know, I really want to work for an organization. I wish I could have a job through like UCF card or USF card or card. You know, a card agency across the state of Florida. But I have a feeling that if I get one of those jobs, I'm probably going to have a degree in the medical field, or a degree in physical science or mental science or whatever. Because, you know, I feel I can help those people that are on the spectrum, but at the same time, I feel I don't have enough confidence out there. You know, I do really want to help people that are on the spectrum, and yet it seems like if somebody asked me, oh, in what field do you want to work in that? It seems like, I don't know, I just don't have the confidence to say which field I want to work in that field. You know, like general term, I want to help people with autism or Asperger's, and it's like they ask me, what field do you want to work in? And it's like there's several other fields. There's like several fields within that field. It's like you can choose from. I want to help. I basically want to help people with autism. That's it. Asperger's. Doesn't matter. If it's school, doesn't matter. If it's going around the country and speaking about it and getting paid for it, actually, doesn't matter. You know, having a TV show about it doesn't matter. Doing my videos that I'm doing now and sharing them across the country and getting paid for the views that people get, people view them, doesn't matter. So, I mean, it's a difficult situation for me. And I do hope that I can get a job on the spec or with somebody or a company that works with people that are on the spectrum, and they can help me get a new job, and help them out. I bet you people would love to have me on board because of my experiences with Autism Speaks and all the other companies that I have worked with in the past, or know people from the companies. Maybe I could get a job with Surfers for Autism and probably help them expand their surfing competitions up to the Northeast and out on the Pacific Coast. People might want me to do that. There's a lot of good possibilities out there, but I don't know if it's going to happen. It's difficult to say which type of field you want to work with. Though, I do want to work with people that are on the spectrum, but like I said, it's difficult for me to pinpoint which field or area I want to work with. And people keep asking me, what field do you want to work with? And it's like, it's difficult for me to answer that question right now. Because there are so many fields that you can go into and you can help people with Asperger's and autism and all that. So, basically anything for right now for me will be perfect. Any organization, Autism Speaks, or CARD, or Surfers for Autism, or just any one of them. Or a school even, And I don't have time to list schools, but, or even other organizations that can help me out, It's difficult for me. So, please, take it easy with me. Alright? I'll talk to you guys all later. I hope by the end of the year I'll have a new job. So I'll talk to you guys all later.